Alright, folks. Are we live? Are we good to go here? Why can't I find Twitch on my phone? My incompetency knows no bounds. Oh, hang on. This is connected to my headphones. Alright, we're good. Hello, everybody. My name is Shelton, and welcome back to my little Marvel Champions custom thing. I don't really know what to call it yet, but it's something. So today, I'm going to be testing 3 of my creations, actually. I promise this series will not always be focused on something that I have done, but these past 2 episodes, that has not been the case. So we are fighting Nemesis. There's 3 forms here. We're playing Standard, so I'm only going to do the first 2. I am using Standard 2, which I've played against Nemesis a lot. I have never played with Standard 2, so we're going to see how that works. Right off the bat, I've changed this since this was set up. So now it has permanent setup and attached to the villain. So that's fixed now. We're going to be on the hero side testing Jill Valentine, which this is her little promo. This is probably the first and last time I will ever make a promo. Simply because I like the look of this more, but because of the... I guess I'll show this off. Because of the picture I had for her promo hero form, I actually decided to use a promo. You will see that in a minute. And Chris Redfield, which I've never actually played. He's a weapons guy. He's kind of like if Venom and Rocket fused together. And he can control 2 additional keywords, 2 additional upgrades with the restricted keyword. It says place 1 counter. These are all-purpose, so I didn't have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I didn't know about Maria Hill before this, so I just called it a counter, but they are all-purpose counters. I have fixed this for one of his cards, but I don't intend to do that with the rest, simply because I have lost some of the files, and it's not that big of a deal. I could just fix it with a rules insert like I did with Boulder Smash, which we will get into in a minute. Jill's going to go first. So like last time, I am playing as 2 heroes. A fantastic opening hand. Sarcasm. This is actually a pretty good hand. But, yeah, Boulder Punch, it's supposed to have the attack little italics thing there, but this is one of the files that I lost, so it doesn't. I could recreate it. Maybe. I mean, I don't really... I guess I could. I might. We'll see. If I have to go through and fix some of Chris's other stuff, then yeah, I might as well. Which I have a feeling I will. But Jill is actually at a pretty good state. I just finished an update to Jill and Nemesis. I changed one of Nemesis cards, and I changed one of Jill's precon cards. Chris is a leadership precon, Jill is aggression, but she has that funny thing where she can include preparation cards from any aspect. She's another preparation character. I've wanted to make Jill for a while. Jill was going to be the next character I made after the whole Resident Evil campaign box thing, which is what Nemesis is from. He's the 4th scenario. But I didn't get to that until recently, because I made a bunch of other crap, like Electro, Eggman, Unis the Untouchable, Doug, Hololive stuff, Germa. I made Germa before I made Jill Valentine, but, yeah, so we're finally getting to her, and I felt like the best way to playtest Chris Redfield is to show his peak original form to the world in all of its flawed glory. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with it. So Jill has a lot of cards that prevent damage. I designed her to basically be like she wants the villain to attack her, so that when the villain tries, she activates a bunch of preparation cards, and the villain basically gets completely screwed over. She was a bit too good at this, mainly because of I can't remember the card name now. Gosh, why can't I? Clotheslined, which is a pre-con preparation protection card that I just recently fixed. It's too good. Basically, whenever an enemy tries to attack you, you discard that card. You cancel the attack, you deal 3 damage to the enemy, and then she has some other cards that synergize with it well. So I made it. I changed it to max 1 per deck, and I added 2 new cards in here, which I haven't used. Those being make them a martyr and which is a leadership, and then I think it's like manipulate the threat or something, and that's justice. That's her. Chris, like I said, weapons guy. He has a lot of weapons. He uses restricted keywords. He places characters on weapons. I did not know about Maria Hill and what she did when I was making Chris. So he is literally just Maria Hill if Maria Hill was weapon upgrades instead of shield supports. Which is unfortunate because I try to make all my characters unique and do something new. Like Leon, I like Leon more than Chris in the games and as champions. Leon can activate hero cards in Alter Ego, and he has a defense and wreck and stuff. And there's some precon cards for him, which actually one of the ones that I made for him is an aggression, which he's a justice precon, but I made a bonus card that was aggression because I had a good idea. I actually threw that into Jill Valentine, so that's why Not Afraid is no longer in the Resident Evil box thing. It's been moved to Jill, and it's actually right here in my hand. If you hear an Alter Ego, identities have the same name, do 5 damage to an enemy. I made it 2 cost because this literally only works on like a couple base game characters and all of the Resident Evil characters. The one in Leon's precon is No Need for a Mask, which is Justice, and it's the same thing, but 5 threat from a scheme instead of 5 damage to an enemy. With all that yapping aside, I'm going to go ahead and start my turn. Stop doing that. Camera's being finicky. I'll play Star's uniform, and then flip to hero, which here is the lovely art that I got from one of the covers of the Malha, I think it's how you pronounce it. It's the Chinese Hong Kong exclusive comic thing. I had to remove a lot of the text with some AI tools, but this image is not AI generated. I simply removed the logos, a bit of the text, and up here, actually, I just cut it out and put part of this background over it. So, yeah, but this is the art that I wanted so much. I was originally going to have this on the actual hero art, but it didn't work because it didn't fit. So I put it here, and I had to actually hand make this instead of using the template, which is why these traits are so high and why these are over here instead of over here. It was too cluttered on this side, and there was nothing happening over here, so I fixed it a bit. But yeah, and her thing is literally Black Widows, but it's either deal 1 damage to enemy or remove 1 threat from a scheme, so it's better. I'm going to... Oh, he has toughness. I forgot about that. Last time I played with Nemesis, I kind of completely forgot about his Lethal Pursuer ability. So this time, let's not forget about Nemesis's funny ability. Lethal Pursuer is really annoying, especially when Nemesis has 3 attack in phase 1. This guy is a tank, if you couldn't tell by the 3 attack and 18 hit points. He hits you hard, and he takes a lot of damage, but we have the cure modular, so he isn't Ronin. I don't think he has like a single card in his deck that surges if it does something. So like if it like assault, villain attacks you, Alter Ego, surge, doesn't do anything in Alter Ego. That's what some of his cards are. If he doesn't attack, or occasionally if he doesn't deal damage with an attack, a card will surge, but it's not like he surges when he just decides to do something. Like there's no, well, there's a Fantanicism in here, but it doesn't have surge, and it doesn't give him an extra attack, because he already has freaking 3. His main scheme. The reason he has so much attack is because his main scheme never actually wins him the game. This is one of the only main schemes that I've seen that does this. I don't think there's a single one that does this in the base game, but basically, yes, it has a star, it does star things, but there's not like a if it does this thing so many times the players lose. Like I'm pretty sure Juggernauts has if it does it 3 times players lose. That's what I did for Birkin too. But this one straight up gives Nemesis +1 attack, +1 scheme per evolution counter. So when this is completed, he gets +1 attack, +1 scheme. He doesn't have a lot of scheme, but this changes quickly because he gets +1 scheme per infected character in play. He doesn't have infectious, but infected is something introduced in the Resident Evil campaign and used in all of the Resident Evil characters. So basically, infected doesn't actually do anything on its own, but it's basically like a modifier. So, which it's over here, infected, and cured, which just means, or excuse me, immune, which just means you can't get infected. Which is something that the cure does. But so if you have like a bunch of minions, because almost all the minions from the Resident Evil campaign have infectious, which is they start off infected and they infect you when they attack. So yeah, and this is just his character. This doesn't even say friendly character. Also he does have a card in here that gives him infectious. I think he has 2. So yeah. That gets out of hand pretty quickly. That could. And this ends up getting out of hand pretty quickly. It does that too. So I added here action if there are more than 2 evolution counters here. Exhaust your alter ego form and remove 1 evolution counter from here. I think there needs to be hyphen in there, but I might deal with that later. I probably will. So, and I fixed the sideways upside down problem. So, that's to kind of curve the Nemesis with like 16 million attack, especially because 3 attack isn't actually the highest he goes. And originally his third form had 5. It was his third form was 3/5 with like 26 health per person, and it was just impossible because all the forms have toughness too, and he has stalwart at that point, so it was just death. It was literally just imminent death. You can't avoid it. You can't stop it. It will come for you, and it will take your soul and I don't know, turn you into a zombie or something. Check chat real quick. So yeah, that's what he does. So yeah, I'm gonna remove. Actually, I'm gonna knock his stuff off because I can. Thankfully, he never gets retaliate. There is no point where he gets retaliate because that would just be stupid. He would then literally just be a tank. Yeah, he is the fourth scenario in the campaign, and he is brutal, but he isn't stupid. He doesn't have stalwart on his first or second form. He has nothing, and then he has steady, and then he has, well, I guess now he has steady, but he has nothing, and then he has steady, and then he has stalwart. And there is a card, don't know why is it, there's a card like Rhino's Armor that gives him stalwart, but it's Rhino's Armor, so once you deal a certain amount of damage, it goes away. So, yeah. Chris, what is his, place 1 counter on any upgrade, the restricted keyword. This isn't 6. That's 6. Yeah, this is one of the... Why is it... Those are some weird format. I swear that's not what... Maybe because those all have traits. I don't know, but that just looks weird. I don't know. I'm gonna discard reload and we are survivors. Play a plasma pistol. So another thing he does, is it just 2? No, 3. Is in his hero form, you don't discard uses cards automatically. You can choose to, but you don't have to. Just so that, things don't die. 132. You control 2 digital keywords. The restricted keyword. Do not discard a uses card after it runs out of counters. 1 man's trash. After you discard an upgrade with restricted keyword. I don't know why it says restriction. I need to fix that. Restricted keyword. Draw 1 card, and that is okay. It's keywords and a trait. Yeah, this is Chris Redfield. I'm going to Boulder Punch. I don't have only Bane resource, but I can do 6 damage to Nemesis. That's 6. And then I'll steal the cure because I can. And then I'll 3 more damage because again I can. And my turn. Ready? Actually, 1 damage to an enemy. Then I'll end my turn. Okay. Good. I got mission training. Mission training. I'm a little worried about. Each ally you control takes -1 consequential damage, but my ally count is reduced by 1. It costs 3, but it's a support. I don't know if this is too broken or not. Probably is. So we'll deal with that accordingly. But yeah. So good pal of mine, or at least an acquaintance. I don't know. I like him. Lord Havoc. He does custom content too. He said he'd do my Resident Evil campaign after he finishes his Thunderbolts campaign. If everything goes according to plan, he finishes his Thunderbolts campaign Tuesday, which today is Sunday, so it's like 2 days, but 4:30 a.m. for me on Tuesday. So that's going to happen, and I hope that his playtest, because he's a lot more knowledgeable about this game than I am. He's a lot better when it comes to balancing. Not to toot my own horn here, but I think I have better. I think I'm really good at ideas, but I'm not really good at implementing them. Like, I could come up with a concept, but I can't balance it well. He can balance things well, and sometimes I help him come up with ideas. Now, I'm not saying that he's completely unoriginal and bland and boring and never comes up with good ideas. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I have a particular talent with it. Yeah. Okay, so Nemesis turn. It's 2 here. That's concerning. Activates against Jill. I'm going to defend because I don't have any preparation cards. 5. Does this have ranged? Okay, that's not a problem. It's 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I mean when I say he hits like a tank. He hits like a tank. I'm defending here as well. 3, 6. Reveal this card. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I have anything? No. If villain attacks is friendly to the cure, do not give the villain any boost cards. If an attack, card gains surge. Okay, so he's already doing that. That was a problem with an Eggman scenario too. We'll fix that. Great. That's what I mean, infectious. Zombies are in like every scenario. They look different in each one though, but they all do the same thing. Crap, game froze. Nope, it didn't. It was just being stupid. Jill encounter card. Let's see what this does. No, don't. Damn it. Nemesis is flamethrower. When Nemesis attacks you, they attack every character you control. Discard an ally you control, discard this card. I need to add traits to that. 3 boost icons. Yeah, this is pretty brutal, but Chris is playing leadership, so yeah, this actually is really brutal. But we'll see how that goes. I do have make them a martyr though, which I think is a much better implementation of the no consequential damage thing. Basically, Max Wilbur deck, again, another preparation. After an ally you control is defeated, discard this card. No player's allies take consequential damage next turn. So that's once per turn, and you have to discard this. And it's max 1 per deck, so you can't spam it, and another ally has to die. I think that's a much better implementation than this, but again, we'll see. His card. Damn it. Mr. X, Tyrant's Modular, another 3 boost. Villainous Toughness Steady. He is annoying, but he doesn't activate. First player to Chris, and then yeah, accurate shot and not afraid have the same photo because it's hard getting photos. It's the most annoying part of making cards is getting the photos. James Survivor. So Survivor is the Resident Evil keyword basically. They basically I use it for characters that have survived a zombie apocalyptic incident. So Jill survived this guy and the first game. Rebecca survived the first game, and Zero, Chris survived the 30 games. What is card? This 5 that for a scheme, 1 counters. That is a lot of threat, but that's not the worst thing. 2, 3. That's a survivor ally, so it's Jill. I really wanted to save that, but I need an ally. 4. Okay. I'll exhaust this to knock this guy's tough off. That's all I'm doing here. Jill. I'm not gonna play Make Them a Martyr because I have perfect counter. Oh, but I'm gonna keep my hand actually. I'm not gonna do anything with Jill. I'm going to prepare for Nemesis's attack. So. Okay. Nemesis. That's the wrong character. Gosh, Oh, okay. Reveal this card. This doesn't do anything because Nemesis is here, so, yeah, but basically, this is one of those obligations that's weird. Jill's obligation literally just reveals Nemesis. So, no matter what, Nemesis is coming out from this, even if it's discarded as a boost card. So, 3, 4, 5... 5 damn. She's dead. Lovely. I'm defending. I forgot to mention that. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Heat 1. I'm infected. I'm going to die for Mr. X. Oh, and it had overkill. So even if cool. He's already dead. That spiraled out of control quickly. Yeah, this is painful. I'm going to not defend because I'm going to use perfect dodge, perfect counter. So yeah, whatever. 3, 5, blah blah blah. We're gonna perfect dodge, so I don't take any damage, and then perfect counter. Take no damage from attack, do 3 damage to attack an enemy and stun it. So he takes, and he's stunned, but he's not completely stunned because he's steady because formidable foe. And then I didn't exhaust for that. Encounter cards, he's dead. I thought that said +2s, but I have a heart attack. Piercing at range, attacks you if you take no. Okay, so he doesn't get infections from this. Okay. Nemesis attacks you if you take damage from this attack. Exhaust a card you control, discard this card. That I don't think there should be 2 there. Yeah, definitely shouldn't. Well, it's Jill's turn because she's the only person left. Go figure. Chris just gets wiped off the map. 2 threat from that. Oh, that's okay. I don't know if this stays here. I think it does, but now I have to solo Nemesis with double the health. Great. I literally can't do anything else. This fantastic. What does this say? Discard an ally you control. Nemesis attacks you. Okay, so I would need clothesline for that to work. Oh, look, Chris Redfield. He's dead. I don't know if I can put that out. Why does he... Okay, I need to make Chris Redfield... None of the allies unique. Damn it. This is why we play test things, folks. There's already a list that I can't even remember, and I have to go back and watch the stream later. Cool. I want to nerf that too. Okay, thank gosh. It's only 4, 5. I'm defending. I keep forgetting to say that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Encounter card. Please don't be something that makes him attack me. That's worse. Place 1 threat on each scheme. Does he have a win? No. Okay, but thankfully there's only a main scheme, so we're not completely screwed. My turn. Yippee. I don't have a preparation card. I guess I have to survival knife here. I'll flip. Nemesis can't... Oh, hang on. No, because of his Lethal Pursuer. I can't flip. Lethal Pursuer. Whenever you switch to alter ego form, Nemesis attacks, you do not give him any boost cards. He has 4 attack. I unironically made this scenario actually beatable. So my thought process there was, if we just flip to alter ego form, he'll never win, because he has to kill us. So if we just stay in alter ego form, and the other player does things, he will never be able to kill me. But then Lethal Pursuer. So I actually made this scenario work without intending to do that. Okay, there definitely is still some problems there with that, but I think it works out also because of just how bloody hard he hits. Like, he is a menace. Ally blocking is necessary, and I don't have that luxury. I'm going to do this again after I lose this turn because, well, not this turn, but next turn. So, yeah. Oh, hang on. I have 6 because funny. 2, great. 2, great. Nemesis. He's dead, so that doesn't count. I've been forgetting that he had the cure, but he died, so Nemesis had it, but it doesn't really matter because he didn't do anything with it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 18. So this resets back to 0. And he gets a counter there, which means he has... Is there a villain? No, I really wish there was villain mods for this. Please, give me villain mods for that. Because this is freaking impossible to keep track of. Cool, he never dealt an counter card. Great, Dark Dealings, villain schemes with +1 scheme. Does this do anything else? No. So he has 1, 2, 3... No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I take 2 indirect damage. I'm at 1 health. Great. After I recover, it exhausts the cost of next preparation by 1. That I'm going to discard you to play Fast-footed. That doesn't matter because there's no other enemies in play. Fast-footed deals 2 damage to a different enemy after I get attacked and ready on my hero, but there is no other enemies because actually, yes, there is. There is. I'm stupid. These 2 are also engaged with me, I think, because he died. They don't just disappear. So yes, that is helpful. Fast-footed. No, just practice plan because it costs 1 because of her thing, and then we can discard Chris. So your deck for version cards as card to control. I can't do that, but he does still exist. He doesn't have the unique trait for whatever reason. So cool. I am completely... This is kind of a good thing and a bad thing. The way Nemesis is just wrecking me right now, I don't want anybody to be able to get the key here, so I'm just going to leave this up, especially because it doesn't have any icon. I should probably put an icon on this card. I really should put an icon on this card so that you want to get rid of it, but because sometimes it's just better not to. Uh, yeah, there's nothing else I really need to. Oh, hang on, I can get rid of Well, okay. Die Chris so that I can Nemesis flamethrower get that out of here. Oh, this is I can't flip. That's fine. He'll just keep scheming. There's no problem. I guess the other thing is, the more he schemes, the more attack buildup and scheme buildup he gets. So the more he will scheme, so the more he will build up his attack to the point where he can get to like 10 if I don't do something about this. But I have to recover, and there's nobody else to bail me out, so I'm fucked. Lovely. So he's supposed to activate first. That's infectious. I'm infected. I don't know where the infected status went, so I'm just... Is it the trash? No. No. I guess I'll go grab one. Won't let this build up inside. Sorry, I've got my headphones on and I'm listening to music from my phone, so... Slipknot. What is the song? Vermilion. I can never remember. I know it's from the third album. So he gets +2 scheme from just that, and then he gets 2 health. Great. So he gets 1, 3, 4. Ow. And then that has villainous. So to thank Lord. 1, 1, 2. That's not quite done yet, but he gets an encounter card. Nemesis attacks you from the character. That no attack because it's surge. There's a rules clarification for why that doesn't do anything. Villain has the cure. Give it to the active player. It doesn't do anything. Lovely, great. I don't want him to come. Oh, hang on. Yes, this is the strat here. Practice playing to keep clotheslining. I can keep doing this. Great. I'm hero form. Then I end my turn because there's literally nothing else I could do. I also have the survival knife, so I can die and then not die. Great. Fantastic. Does this say 2 or more? More than 2. Okay. So I can't do that yet. But he has 6 attack base. I promise Nemesis normally isn't this brutal. I've just had really bad luck, and he got killed immediately. I'm not defending, so I'm just gonna clothesline him, so it doesn't really matter. Reveal is... Fuck. Yeah, no, Surge, so he gets... It's Tyrant. Great. Let me deal with this first. Die. 1, 2, 3, and then practice plan to add that immediately back into my hand. These 2 attack me. We'll do him first. 2, I'm going to defend that. I take no damage. Mr. X does the funny. He does... Does this have... Give the villain... I guess he gets a boost card. 3, 4, 5, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do that. Ready my hero. Deal 2 damage to this guy. Actually, no. I'm gonna kill the zombie before it activates immediately. He activates again. I die, but I don't because that happens. Center 2, deal 1 damage to attacking enemy, so he gets his tough killed, and then he attacks me. He gets a boost card. You are infected. I reveal this card inside 2. Each friendly infected character. I'm dead. Lovely, great, fantastic. Okay. Do over. That do-over. Nemesis, you cheated. I'm just gonna put that over there because I have a feeling I'm gonna need that. Well, that was a great playtest of Chris Redfield. All 2 turns that he was alive. But yeah, you can kind of see the build-up potential there of Jill. She does things good. She does things well. I like Jill, even though she isn't completely original. She is good. And the reason this is in here, come and get me, it's pretty similar to bait and switch, and the fact that the villain attacks you, you remove threat from a scheme. I change it to any scheme, so the main scheme because it's dumb. But if you activated a preparation card in response, ready your hero. So there's insight to do that. And if you because this pre-built as aggression, how much you can do. So if you basically the plan is do that, clothesline, fuck him up, or counterattacks. Counterattacks also in the stack. Just kill and then ready your hero and then commit mass atrocities against the population of I don't know, Vermont or something. Die. Okay, Chris, let's get better weapons this time and let's not freaking die immediately. Can you do that for me, buddy? Thanks. Already a couple things I need to fix. A lot of things, actually. It's way more than Eggman, which... Eggman I was playing not my hero, so that makes sense. But, okay. We're gonna do the... We're gonna run that back, ref. Oh, and that's already a great hand. And that just sealed the deal. There's a good weapon. And power leadership and genius. Okay, so he, yeah. Exhaust, remove 1, deal 3 damage to enemy. Cool. Jill's going first again. Oh, like a perfect counter and perfect dodge. Okay, so I'm just immortal. I'm gonna put practice plan into play because I can. That I'm literally not going to do anything else. That's his maximum for play. Okay. Oh, actually, a hero form, and then I remove 2 threat from the main scheme. Chris Redfield. Oh, hang on. I can actually. I can play this in Alter Ego. And because of his ability, I can just put another counter there. What's my face? So there's 6 counter there's. Does that have it? Okay, it does. Did I spell ammo wrong? I think I spelled ammo wrong. I need to fix that. I can't do that. What is survival character? Okay. Survivor. Okay. So he's supposed to be able to discard these at will, but it's not worded that way, so I have to fix that. 30 damage to the villain. Discard this, not discard exhaust. Remove a counter from it. Exhaust, assault rifle, and remove 3 damage. Okay. 3 more damage. Cool. Jill's going to be our resident defense man. I guess woman, I should say. Sorry, didn't mean to misgender you there, Jill. I know that hurts your feelings. So, okay, he did 2. He has tough, so he wouldn't have taken 30 damage from that Chris Redfield attack. Okay, thank gosh, that's 3, 4, 5, 7. I'm not, because I'm going to perfect dodge into a perfect counter. Except I'm actually going to discard practice plan. So prevent all of it. 3 damage, done. It doesn't have that. Cool. That worked exactly as intended. Yeah, perfect counter. I didn't want to make like it both perfect dodge / counter, so I made them separate. This is really only supposed to be used with perfect dodge, as that's how it works in the game. But I can't. Like, it would suck if it was forced because there's only one of each of those cards in the deck. So it, it's just it works kind of. This is his boost card. This isn't. I'm infected. Great. I deleted the infections. I'm going to delete your mother. Ha ha ha. Okay. He's stunned, so this doesn't activate. He's formidable foe, so it does actually. Oopsie daisy. 3, 4, 5. I'm defending. Okay, and then we encounter cards. I'm going to encounter my card. I'm going to die now. Mr. X is being really annoying. Okay, fine. I didn't even remove the thread from there last time. It's still there, so just whatever. Okay, now give it to Chris, and now we play the game. Yeah, I'm gonna exhaust this card and upgrade it. Actually, I want the BSAA headquarters because that lets me. This alter ego. But that doesn't let me discard cards with restricted ego. So, do you have one-man trash? Yes, you have one-man trash. So it'd make more sense for that to be on and the other to be on. He's all broken. Weapon. You need to go here because that's where I put my exhausty things. 3 damage to an enemy. I don't want to knock off Mr. X's tough because I got better things to do that with. And then he ends his turn because there's nothing else I can do. Bye-bye. Okay. The problem with doing this is after you do all of that stuff, you literally, like, can't do anything next turn. You don't have everything in your hands unless you have some, like, weapon upgrades or upgrades that just deal damage because you're kind of stuck to your basic activations, which is fine because it's a lot of stuff. You prevent all damage, you deal 3 damage, you stun, so it is worth it, but it's kind of neuters you for a bit there. Boost 3. I'm defending. I'm already in the defensive position, but I need to ready that, so I'm going to continue to be in the defensive position. 3. Ranged. Not a problem. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. What is... Remove 3 threat. Okay, I couldn't remember what that did. Do you cost 3? Yes, you do. Okay, I have Parker. That is... And I have the knife. That's good. Yeah, Nemesis does Nemesis attacking. I'm gonna defend, because I don't have anything in my hand that can prevent me from not... Ooh. Surge. That doesn't do anything. Great. Cool. Oh, and then Mr. X has Villainous. It's as if the villain is attacking, the villain's not attacking. 3, 4. I'm dead. Ah! Well, Chris survived, but Jill didn't. Okay, I'm noticing a pattern here with Nemesis. This is his actual again card. Okay, cool. Now I have to do everything with Chris Redfield, who is worse than Jill Valentine when it comes to defense. He can attack, but he can't defend. Oh, also now he has to deal with... I'm gonna shoot myself with a gun. 3 damage. I'm gonna do it to this guy. And then I'm gonna side holster so I can control a 5th upgrade with a restricted keyword, because that's just how goated I am. 4, so I'm gonna just give it 3 and immediately exhausted to do the thing. How much? 3 threat. Okay. I'm gonna leave that. It's all I can do. I have a sneaking suspicion Nemesis is going to kill me this turn. We'll see. Whatever. 2 threat here. Do this. I have to defend, because I don't really have a choice. I can either take it to the face and die, or defend and delay the inevitable. 4, 2, 3, 4. Heat 2. He already kills me no matter what, and then villain. Okay, so he, whatever. Okay. Lovely. So clearly I got lucky in my other games, because Nemesis is just destroying me. It's less Nemesis, more just Mr. X. Because Mr. X is basically just Nemesis activation, but again, there's a lot of things I need to change. Mainly Chris, which is what I suspected, but I mean, he's really kind of held together with duct tape in his state. So I'm probably going to change a lot of his stuff. I'm going to fix that one card because it's not that hard to remake it. I was just being lazy. Jill is perfectly fine. I have no problems with Jill. If anything, she's a bit too good. Just a wee bit. Nemesis is also, contrary to what just happened here, fine. The problem is when this piece of crap decides to also activate with Nemesis, and when his flamethrower completely deletes leadership. So that's the real problem here. I think I'm just going to make his flamethrower split the attack. So if Nemesis has 3, he'd deal 1 to each character you control. I think that's actually what I'm going to do. Because that's a lot better than just 8 damage to each character you control. Die, I guess. I might remove Villainous from Mr. X. I might. We'll see what I do with him. But he is a problem. Especially when Tyrants activate or whatever comes out of the deck and kills. That other problematic card is obviously this, that, the main, not the main scheme, but the flamethrower, the lethal, or always learning, nothing from Jill, I don't think was broken. Chris Redfield just being completely screwed over because I forgot to put that you can manually discard cards there. His attacks sometimes not doing things, his upgrades. He just, I don't know. He is something that needs to be worked on. So yeah, I will. Surprisingly, Standard 2 didn't really cause my demise other than Formidable Foe, but that was expected. I think the biggest problem here isn't actually Nemesis. It's Nemesis and Mr. X being activated at the same time as minions, because nobody in their right mind is going to be able to take out Mr. X in one turn. So they're going to have to activate together. And let's just do a demonstration here. If Nemesis decides to... If I'm at 7 health, 8 as Chris Redfield, Nemesis attacks me, 3, 4, 5, take 2 into Rex, that's 7. I defend... 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Mr. X has a base of 3, and then he boost card 6, death. That's the problem here. X, having Villainous, just kills you. Along with Super Tyrant, which I think has more attack. Where is Super Tyrant? Yes, he does. And he has piercing. So he's even worse. So these, and imagine all three of these. Just 3, 4, 6, 10. That's a baseline of 10 damage plus 3 boost cards at the minimum. That is just ridiculous. I think I'm going to add victory to these guys. That'd help with the campaign, because it'd be another card the victory display that would get you more points to use the shop stuff. And then it would also just make it to where there's like a one and done thing. I think the only reason, because when I was playtesting Nemesis earlier today, I was playing Jill and Doug. I think the only reason I actually did well was because as Doug, I shoved Mr. X in the basement and just didn't have to deal with him for like the longest. Actually, no, I summoned a. What was it? It was just a regular TO02, but I had killed Mr. X somehow, and I just shoved the TO02 in the basement and called it a day. Or no, it's a TO03. My mistake. TO02 is a different modular. But yeah, this is a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed. Overall, happy with Jill, happy with Nemesis. Need to work on the Tyrant's modular. Like 2 cards in Nemesis. Fix a lot of Chris. I'm going to call it here. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Before I go though, I am going to check the chat, see if I potentially missed something. Although I know I didn't. Indeed, I didn't. But yeah. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.